Hey guys, Remy here, and I'm so excited because today I'm going to show you my record haul. Yes, finally I actually have a proper record haul, because the last time I tried to do a haul it kind of went wrong as I only bought 3 records in that video. One of them was an online purchase, so it hadn't arrived yet. The other one was faulty and so we only listened to one album, whereas I've listened to all these albums. They all sound great, they're all here, and I have quite a few, so let's get started. So most of these records I bought during September, which was quite a good month considering it was my birthday and I got paid, so it just meant that I could treat myself quite a little bit. The only album that I bought from this collection that isn't from September is my first one that I'm going to show you guys, Paul McCartney Egypt Station Explorers Edition. I got this in mid-August and I was so happy because I've listened to a few of Paul's albums, and I'll be honest, even though some of the albums have some great songs in it, none of them had really grabbed me. For example, like McCartney, there's a few songs I like from McCartney, but as a whole album, I don't see myself buying it anytime soon, maybe in a few years or whatever, but yeah, the whole album didn't really grab me, whereas this album is amazing. I was so surprised, I was kind of putting it off for some stupid reason, but I'm so happy I listened to it. And I love the Explorers Edition over the original, because the songs that are on the Explorers Edition, like Get Started, 62nd Street, the full-length version of Who Cares, oh, I love it. And I got this from H&B. It was selling for £30, and it was weirdly cheaper than the standard version of Egypt Station, which is kind of weird considering you're getting a lot more for this. You got the live performances and the extra songs and everything. And when I first got it, I still had my old record player and it was messing up. Had it exchanged, it was messing up again. Luckily kept onto it, got the new record player, and it sounds amazing. And I love this album, it's so cool, and yeah, it's great. The next album I've got was a birthday present, and I'm so happy I've got it because it's A Hard Day's Night. I love this album cover so much, it's so cool, the little photo reels and everything, it's awesome, and the songs are great too. I think my favourite song from this album is probably A Hard Day's Night. I do love You Can't Do That. I just love the songs that have George's 12-string guitar in it. It just has such a cool sound. And then we've got And I Love Her, which is my morning alarm every day. Can't Buy Me Love, which is a classic. It's just, oh, so many good songs. Then the next album I've kind of already talked about on this channel, as it was in my Liverpool video and it was a birthday gift to myself, and it's George Harrison 33 1/3. Oh, I'm so happy I have it, it's so cool. Look at the gatefold. So many songs I love on here, like Pure Smokey, See Yourself, this song, Crackerbox Palace, True Love. Oh, just such a good album. Been meaning to get this for a while. Saw it in person, which was great. For once I didn't have to order it online. I prefer buying albums in person, and it's amazing. I got it from the Beatles Story gift shop and they had a lot of albums, so that was really, really good. And yeah, I'm so happy I have this. It's great. I love it so much. Then the next album I got was Yellow Submarine Songtrack, which is amazing. I got this from H&B. Again, it's weird that they were selling this cheaper than the normal Yellow Submarine album, which I find kind of weird because this has more Beatles songs on it, and it's also got a better mix of the songs on it, because these were a brand new 1999 stereo mix, whereas the standard Yellow Submarine album is just a 2009 remaster of the old mixes, and this sounds a lot cleaner and a lot better in my opinion. And it has a really cool gatefold, which I really like. But yeah, I mainly got this album because I love the songs Hey Bulldog and It's All Too Much, so I just really wanted this. And it's good because you've also got other songs that I love on here, like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Love You Too, Eleanor Rigby. It's just, oh, so happy I've got this, it's great. The next album I've got is Starboy by The Weeknd. See, I'm not a big fan of The Weeknd. I don't continuously follow his work, but I really like this album, and I like some of his songs from his previous albums as well. My brother played this album a lot when he first got the CD, when it first came out, and it's great. I got this from Banquet Records. It was around like £24, and it comes in a red translucent vinyl, which is really cool. It's just, oh, so cool. And yeah, I just really like the songs. My favourite song is Starboy, but I also love True Colours, I Feel It Coming, Die For You. And then some new ones that I'm beginning to like is Sidewalks, Party Monster. It's a good album to chill and relax to. Kind of a good one that plays in the background of a party, I think. Yeah, more like a chill party, not like a raving party, but yeah, really good album. So happy I have it. The next one I have, kind of just like, I didn't mean to buy this. I was going into Kingston because Banquet Records is in Kingston, and there's also another second-hand record shop called Shack Stacks of Wax, and I was planning to go there, but the shop was closed. But there was a charity shop on the way there that was having a vinyl sale, so I thought, oh, I'll check it out. I saw this for £3, and to be honest, this group is kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine, because whenever my mum puts their music on, I'm always like, ugh, not them, but then I'm secretly enjoying it. And I think I just gave in to my guilty pleasure and I bought it. I got a Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, and you know what? It's pretty good. Like, I do like the Bee Gees songs on here, like Staying Alive, How Deep Is Your Love, More Than a Woman. I think those are my favourite. But then it's also got Boogie Shoes by Casey and the Sunshine Band. It's just got a lot of stuff that... Oh, A Fifth of Beethoven, which I've heard so many times and I enjoy. I know my mum does have a copy of this, but this was kind of just like an impulse buy. And for £3, I played it. It sounds pretty good. It obviously has surface noise going on, but then again, it was £3, so I'm not that fussed. And I mostly bought this as a bit of like banter, but it's still a great album to have in your collection. Now, you've seen this album on previous videos where I had a little bit of beef with this album because it decided to skip the whole way through, but I rebought it and it sounds amazing, and now I'm really happy that I've squashed the beef with this album. I got help again! And it's great because now, since the last time I had this album, I've actually grown to enjoy the music on this album a lot more. Like, I love the song It's Only Love now. I Need You has really grown on me. Like, I used to not really like the guitar in it, but the whole rest of the song's really grown on me. And then of course I love Help, Ticket to Ride, Yesterday. So yeah, I really like that I now have this album and it plays brilliantly. So yeah, again, I love the back because everyone looks normal and then you've got George with a cowboy hat. I mean, you do you. But yeah, I'm really happy I have it. I got that from Banquet Records as well. Then I got George Harrison Extra Texture. This was selling on Amazon for £14, which is a very good deal. So I was like, oh, I have to get that before the deal goes away. And yeah, I love it. The songs on here are so great. I love the song You. You is such a sweet song. This Guitar Can't Keep From Crying is a great song. I love that George did like sequels to his songs. You have While My Guitar Gently Weeps and This Guitar Can't Keep From Crying. You have Here Comes the Sun, Here Comes the Moon. It's a nice touch. It's a cool thing to do. And then yeah, I just love this album cover because then you take it out and then it says, oh, not him again. I just love George's sense of humour. It's really cool. And I noticed like there's some songs on here that I definitely need to listen to again, as I've only listened to this album once since I've had it. But I love how Ooh Baby You Know That I Love You, I love how similar it sounds to Pure Smokey, or should I say, I love how Pure Smokey sounds similar to Ooh Baby I Love You, because they're both songs inspired by Smokey Robinson and his music, so I like that in a way that they're linked too. But yeah, it's a shame that this album isn't more like widely known or well received, because I think this album sounds great, so yeah. But yeah, I'm really happy I have it. I've said that about every album on here, but I am really happy that I have them. Then we have Ringo Starr, Ringo. Now this album's kind of interesting because this is a Music for Pleasure pressing from 1973, and if you don't know what Music for Pleasure is, it was a budget label, which meant that it would take songs from a catalogue, for example EMI, and it would take an album that maybe wasn't widely known or popular, or just a few years down the line it would take an album and repress it for a cheaper price. So these are the records you kind of see in your local WH Smith or your local supermarket or something, and it meant that it was cheaper than going and buying the original pressing or the original record label pressing of it. So for example, it would take like a gatefold album and then make it a non-gatefold album, a single sleeve, which I think is what they did with Ringo here. I got it because it was a cheap price, and I wasn't too fussed about having like a brand new album of it. I just wanted the album because I love the songs I'm the Greatest, and I absolutely love Sunshine Life for Me, Selway Raymond, so I had to have this album for those songs. But I love the album cover too, because I don't know if you can see, but around the middle of the thing here you have George, you have Paul and Linda, you have John and Yoko, and then you have Ringo, which I really like. And I also love that at the end of this album, like on the final track, Ringo's kind of like, it's almost as if you were watching a show and he's like giving thanks to everyone who worked on the album, and thank you all for coming and thank you all for listening. So it was really cool. Like I hadn't heard that before, so when I listened to this the other day I was like, that's a really nice touch, I like that. I love albums that are just so creative in their own little ways. It's really cool. It doesn't have the best sound quality, but then again this is a 40-year-old album, so I don't expect it to, but it still sounds really good for what it is. But yeah, glad that I now have this in my collection. I finally have a Ringo album. Then we've got Elton John, Diamonds. So I'm so happy I have this album because it has so many songs I love, like Your Song, Tiny Dancer, Rocket Man, Crocodile Rock, Benny and the Jets, Don't Go Breaking My Heart, I'm Still Standing. Oh, they're just amazing songs. The one thing I don't like about this though is how misleading it is, because my family has the CD version of this album, the standard CD version of this album, and it has Honky Cat on it, and Honky Cat is like my favourite Elton John song. So I thought, oh yeah, I'll have Honky Cat, it's going to be great. This doesn't have Honky Cat on it, and you can't even buy a deluxe vinyl version of the album. So I was just like, I don't understand why they would do that. Like, to be honest, there are some songs on the later sides that I think should have not been there and should have probably been replaced with Honky Cat. But you know what, it's fine. I will just order a single of it, or I'll listen to the Honky Chateau album, see if I like the whole album and get that. Anyway, I'm getting Honky Cat at some point. But regardless, I do love this album. I love the artwork of it, and also it's really nice that in the sleeves, when it's listing the songs, it has a picture of like what the official like single cover looked like or something. So for example, you have like the original like 7-inch covers for it, and it tells you where that was from, what pressing it was, and it's just really cool. I really like it. It's a really nice touch. And yeah, the album sounds awesome, and it was great because when I opened this album and started playing it, I played through almost the whole thing. I did skip a few songs because I didn't have enough time to listen to the whole thing. But then I watched Rocket Man afterwards, it was an Elton John day, and I loved it. But yeah. The last thing I have to show you guys is the 2 singles I bought. And yeah, I'm just so excited to talk about these. So the first one I got is The Feeling, Sewn. Now if you haven't heard this song, I would highly recommend it. I love it so much. The piano is amazing, the vocals are beautiful, the guitars, it's just a lovely classic 2000s soft rock song, I guess. And I'm so happy I have it. Like, I didn't think, oh, they'd sell it on vinyl, but they do. And I love that. I love that, like, bands in the 2000s, like, some of them thought, yeah, we'll release it as a 45 single as well, considering like how vinyl has only really come back in the last few years, whereas this is like maybe around 15 years ago now. But yeah, I think that's just a nice touch. It's also interesting that this plays at 33 RPM as opposed to 45. So yeah, I don't know why they decided to do that, but it's kind of cool. It's nice, I like it. And then the other one I got is actually kind of a rare one. As you can see, it doesn't have a cover, and if I open it up for you, no label either. This is because this is a warehouse copy, never been played before until I started playing it, of Real Love by the Beatles from 1996. Yeah, I found this on eBay. It was around like £15, and yeah, it was a warehouse copy, so it never had like the label on it. It does have an engraving of Real Love by the Beatles on it, but they never like stuck a label on it. See, look, no label, just the engraving. But yeah, it's just so cool, and it sounds great. And I'm just so happy I have this, because I can imagine this is really rare. Like, not only is this a single of Real Love by the Beatles, which there's probably only a few copies going around on various websites, but this is a warehouse, never been played copy. So this is really special to me, and I'm really happy I have it. I'm really happy that I have all the records I've showed you today. And yeah, as you can see, I've had a very busy month. And I've been trying to like restrain myself from buying any more stuff until I next get paid, because it's kind of getting ridiculous. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!